Hey guys, so I wanted to show you how I cut up a rotisserie chicken. I'm not saying this is the best way or the worst way, this is just how I do it, and I'm hoping you can get something from it. Now I'm trying to angle the camera to where you can kind of see what I'm seeing, maybe like from the angle that I'm looking at rather than above my head looking down. So anyway, I hope that helps. This is a cold chicken. The sign said that it was from noon today. So I like to remove the wings. Mainly I'm just looking for the meat, no bones, for the recipe that I'm using. So I'm gonna remove the wings and probably just eat those differently or give them to Daniel or something. So also there's a string that's right here by the drumstick. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. I'm gonna utilize the lid for kind of the pieces that I don't want, the skin, or pieces that I'm gonna come back to later. So like the drumsticks, I'm gonna place in here for now. Probably come back to them. I'm gonna remove the skin and try to just kind of peel it off. When these are warmer, it's a bit easier to remove the skin. And yeah, just start hacking away at it. I think patience is important when you're doing this. Alright, so you've got the breasts here. What I'm going to do is make a cut close to the backbone and try and just cut all the way down. If it were a warm chicken, I would make a slice on the bottom. Since it's cold, I can really put my fingers in it and peel it around. A hot chicken, it would be difficult to do that. So I've got big pieces. I've got a bowl here that I'm going to put the cut chicken in. For now, I'm not trying to necessarily get all the pieces uniform. So this angle here, I just pushed it with my fingers to see if there's any bones or tendons there, but there's not. So I'm going to put that in the bowl. You can see here there's still some meat along the bottom. So I'm going to kind of use my knife, not put a ton of pressure, but just kind of push down and see if I can peel some of that meat away from the bone. Again, just using my fingers to pull it back. And then also just kind of feeling with my fingers. You'll be able to tell the difference of what is a tendon or a bone, which is another nice aspect of doing it a cold chicken. I don't know about you, but in my grocery store, they have the cold chickens just kind of in the deli case, separate from where they have the warm chickens in the rotisserie heater oven place. Okay, so I kind of like to finish one full side before I move on to the next. So down below are the thighs. So again, I'm just peeling that skin off and looking for meat I can utilize. So there's a big piece of meat here. So I'm just scraping the skin back. And I'm going to use my finger, again, just to kind of feel it out and see where some bones are. So that feels pretty good. That's just all meat there. Same thing here. And so this has a little bit of extra fat on it, but there's no tendons there. And you know, this video, if you've cut a chicken before, this is probably, oops, dropped it, bloopers. If you've cut a chicken before, this is probably nothing new. But for those of you that have always wanted to do it and wasn't sure how, I'm hoping this will help you. You know, again, I'm just kind of getting the meat around the bone here and feeling with my fingers, and I can tell it's just meat, no gristle or tendons. So here's a bone. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the discard lid, and I'm just kind of poking around for little pieces of meat. I don't get too particular as far as the meat on the bottom because there's not a whole lot of meat down there. Like here's a piece right here, but I just dropped it in the gelatin stuff on the bottom. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to really dig for those little pieces of meat or not. Again, here's another bone. Kind of same thing, not really a whole lot of meat there. Just kind of pulling the skin back here. Not really a whole lot of meat down here either. I apologize, my neighbor's dog is on a rampage today. He won't stop barking. I don't know what's wrong. Normally when they keep him outside, it's only to go to the bathroom and they bring him right back in, so I don't know. Alright, so as you can see, this half is pretty much done. So I'm going to flip it. And do the same thing. So start with peeling back the skin. And just starting to go for some meat here. So that's all meat right there. Okay, so just kind of peeling the meat off and around the bone. So as you can see, I'm tossing it into the bowl. Then what I'm going to do once I have all the meat that I want in the bowl, I will then turn the bowl out onto a cutting board and chop it up in small, even slices. Okay, so last part is going to be that breast. So again, just going to make a cut close to the backbone and just put some pressure on my knife and peel this back. Depending on how sharp your knife is, you'll be able to get pretty close to that backbone. And then you can kind of peel it with your hands and use the knife to kind of guide your way. Pretty much got all the meat that I think it's gonna come off here. There's a little bit here in the front left. And then what you can do, because you now have a carcass with some meat on it and some good bones, you could make a stock with this. Just put it in a big pot with vegetables and boil it. Put it in a crock pot. Lots of stuff you can do with it. You could actually peel the meat away, save the wishbone, which is right here. That was always fun to do as a kid. Although mine just broke. Boo! I don't know, did you guys do that as a kid? Leave a comment below if you did. So the wishbone looks like this. The other part is right here. Don't worry, I won't cut myself with this crazy knife. So it makes kind of a like this. I don't know if you care, but kind of an upside down triangle, and then each person holds it and then make a wish, and then whoever gets the big part, their wish comes true. So this is what I have left, although I probably will cut up those drumsticks. Save those. And then with this, I'm going to grab a cutting board. And I'm going to start chopping the chicken. And you know, while you're chopping it, that's another way you can kind of feel it around. Make sure there weren't any leftover tendons or, you know, stuff you don't want to consume. I'm going to make this into pretty small pieces. So tonight's recipe that I'm making, you will probably see or hear me talk about on another video. I'm doing zucchini noodles with chopped rotisserie chicken, and then I'm making that Alfredo sauce that I made. I made turkey meatballs a few weeks ago, and I put an Alfredo sauce on the meatballs and on the vegetables. And I asked you guys to let me know if you wanted me to make the recipe, and you said yes. So I'm going to do that as well, but I'm going to separate it out in a couple different videos so it's not way too long. I'm going to pull out this big piece. I'm going to pull these pieces aside and start putting these back in the bowl. I've said it in a past video, but I pretty much learned to cook from watching Rachel Ray. So you'll probably see a lot of her same, the same things that she does that I do. Chopping style, etc. All right. All right, well, so that's how I chop a rotisserie chicken. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.